Coronaviruses (CoV) are a large family of viruses that cause illness in humans. Common human coronaviruses, including types 229E, NL63, OC43, and HKU1, usually cause mild to moderate upper respiratory tract illnesses, like the common cold. Most humans' immune system can fight the virus without serious complications. Severe types of coronaviruses include SARS-CoV that caused severe acute respiratory syndrome (SARS) outbreak in 2003. MERS-CoV that caused MERS Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome outbreak in 2012. SARS-CoV-2, also known as a novel coronavirus (nCoV), the new virus we are dealing with currently, causes COVID-19, an illness similar to severe acute respiratory syndrome (SARS). How is the novel coronavirus transmitted? COVID-19 is thought to transmit through respiratory droplets by two primary forms of transmission. When an infected person coughs or sneezes, respiratory droplets are produced, which can be transmitted between people in close contact through the nose, mouth, or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. When an infected person coughs or sneezes, the respiratory droplets can land and survive on surfaces. Touching infected areas and touching the face with contaminated hands can transmit the virus through nose or mouth. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? Mild symptoms include cough, fever, and common cold symptoms. Severe symptoms include extreme respiratory difficulties, including shortness of breath that may lead to pneumonia, kidney failure, and severe acute respiratory syndrome. Why is COVID-19 considered dangerous? SARS-CoV-2 that causes COVID-19 is a new strain of the virus that has not been previously identified in humans. We currently do not have a vaccine or antiviral to combat the disease. So far, the new virus has been causing severe illness and fatalities in the high-risk group that includes older adults and individuals with underlying health conditions. COVID-19 has not been found to cause severe symptoms in healthy children and young adults without any underlying health issues. Most people who contract the virus recover with mild symptoms. However, healthy individuals can be potential carriers, and they increase the risk of transmission to the sensitive high-risk group. When to seek medical attention? When you develop severe symptoms, get medical attention immediately. Emergency warning signs include but do not limit to trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, bluish lips or face, new confusion or inability to arouse. Please call your physician immediately if you develop any other concerning or severe symptoms. How can I reduce the risk of contracting COVID-19? By practicing good hygiene, frequent hand washing, following the 20-second rule, helping young children wash their hands properly, using sanitizer to clean hands when unable to wash, avoiding touching face with unclean hands, staying away from people with symptoms, and disinfecting surfaces frequently touched by people. By practicing healthy habits, now would be a good time to quit smoking. Studies suggest smoking could increase the risk of developing severe COVID-19 symptoms. Staying fit and active during the lockdown and avoiding unhealthy eating habits, including foods in the diet that help optimize the immunity, and staying well hydrated. By staying home, practicing social distancing, and avoiding crowds. How can I help high-risk individuals from contracting COVID-19? As mentioned earlier, COVID-19 is potentially dangerous and fatal to high-risk individuals. The high-risk group includes individuals with a compromised immune system. It could be adults, children fighting severe illnesses, people on immunosuppressant medications due to surgeries or illness, older adults with a weakened immune system, and people with other underlying health conditions like diabetes, heart diseases, to name a few. High-risk group also includes fatigued healthcare workers who might be continuously exposed to infectious agents. As a community, it is our civic duty to help contain the virus and prevent it from spreading, what statisticians call it, flattening the curve. The only way to do this is through community-wide isolation. Viruses are technically non-living on their own. They need a host, us humans, to replicate and live. Crowded places are ideal for the viruses to find hosts that will help them grow and reproduce, what we call infection. More the humans in a place, more viable for the viruses to thrive and multiply. We are the feed for it to grow. By staying home and avoiding crowds, we can hinder the virus's ability to grow and spread in a community. The more people stay home, the fewer will get infected. This would greatly help flatten the curve and reduce the risk of overburdening the healthcare system. Individuals can be asymptomatic carriers or might have COVID-19 with mild cold symptoms who can potentially transmit the virus to the sensitive groups, stressing the importance of staying home. Is COVID-19 a Chinese disease? No, COVID-19 is not a Chinese disease, it's a human disease. Virus knows no race. Coronaviruses are zoonotic, meaning they can transmit from animals to humans. The coronavirus that causes COVID-19 initially originated in Wuhan City, China, through zoonotic transmission. Despite efforts to contain the disease in China, the virus outsmarted us, and we see a global spread of this new coronavirus. Are COVID-19 and flu similar? Seasonal flu is a contagious respiratory illness caused by influenza viruses. Although a few symptoms of both the diseases are similar, we currently have a vaccine to prevent the flu and have antivirals to treat it. The novel coronavirus is new to humankind, and we do not yet have a vaccine or antivirals against it. Should I disinfect produce and groceries? With overwhelming information on the internet, sometimes it can be confusing and often conflicting to decide what to clean and disinfect relating to the spread of the novel coronavirus. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), the virus is thought to transmit from person to person, who are in close contact, through respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs or sneezes. These droplets can be inhaled by people nearby or can land on surfaces. Touching an infected area and immediately touching the face increases the risk of transmission. Hence the stress on social distancing and hand washing. However, studies so far suggest that the risk of transmission via food and food packaging is low. The biggest grocery-related risk is being in contact with others and transmission through high-touch areas like shopping carts and baskets. It is essential to practice social distancing at the grocery stores, avoid touching face, and thoroughly washing hands after shopping and before eating. Fresh produce should not be disinfected or washed with soap, but should always be washed in plain water. Accidentally ingesting soap could lead to other complications like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Products like bleach and disinfectant wipes should not be used on food, which could lead to detrimental effects. The safest bet is to wash hands thoroughly after handling groceries and packages.